Hollywood was stunned on the morning of May 28, 1998, when beloved comedian Phil Hartman was found dead in his home. This tragic event marked the end of a life filled with laughter, talent, and an unexpected and violent end involving his wife, Brynn Hartman. The shockwaves from this tragedy reverberated through the entertainment industry and left many asking, how could such a devastating event happen to one of comedy's most cherished figures? Phil Hartman, known for his work on Saturday Night Live and The Simpsons, was a comedy legend. His unique ability to create memorable characters and his impeccable comedic timing made him a beloved figure in the entertainment industry. Brynn Hartman, born Vicky Jo Omdahl, had her own dreams of making it big in Hollywood. An aspiring actress and model, Brynn faced numerous challenges in her career. Despite her struggles, she remained determined to find her place in the entertainment world. Phil and Brynn met in the 1980s, quickly fell in love and married in 1987. To the outside world, they appeared to be the perfect Hollywood couple, living a glamorous life in Encino, Los Angeles, with their two beautiful children, Sean and Bergen. However, beneath the surface, their relationship was far from perfect. Phil's rising fame and Brynn's unfulfilled ambitions created tension in their marriage. Brynn struggled with personal demons, including addiction and mental health issues, which only added to the strain. Despite these challenges, Phil remained committed to his family, always trying to support Brynn and keep their family together. Phil Hartman was born on September 24, 1948, in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. His family moved to the United States when he was a child, and he grew up in Southern California. Phil's journey to stardom was marked by perseverance and hard work. He studied graphic arts at California State University, Northridge, and initially worked as a graphic designer, creating album covers for bands. However, his true passion was comedy. In the mid-1970s, Phil joined the famed Los Angeles comedy troupe The Groundlings, where he honed his skills and developed his talent for creating memorable characters. His work with The Groundlings led to his big break in 1986, when he joined the cast of Saturday Night Live. Over the next 8 years, Phil became a standout performer on the show, known for his impressions of celebrities and original characters, like the unfrozen caveman lawyer. Brynn Hartman, born Vicky Jo Omdahl on April 11, 1958, in Thief River Falls, Minnesota, had a different path. She moved to Los Angeles with dreams of becoming an actress and model. Despite her beauty and talent, Brynn found it difficult to break into the highly competitive world of Hollywood. She appeared in a few small roles and did some modeling work, but her career never took off as she had hoped. Phil and Brynn's paths crossed in the 1980s. Brynn was captivated by Phil's humor and charm, while Phil admired Brynn's beauty and determination. They married in 1987 and settled into a seemingly idyllic life in Encino, Los Angeles. They had 2 children, Sean and Bergen, who became the center of their world. Despite their love for each other, the pressures of Phil's successful career and Brynn's unfulfilled ambitions began to take a toll on their marriage. Brynn's struggles with addiction and mental health issues further complicated their relationship. Phil, known for his patience and kindness, did his best to support Brynn and maintain a stable family life, but the cracks in their marriage were becoming increasingly apparent. Hollywood in the late 1980s and 1990s was a place of glitz and glamour, but also a realm of intense pressure and high expectations. Phil and Brynn Hartman were part of this world, living in the affluent Los Angeles suburb of Encino. Their home, a large and beautifully furnished house, symbolized their success and the life they had built together. Phil's career was at its peak. He was a regular on Saturday Night Live, where his impressions and original characters made him a fan favorite. Later, he voiced several iconic characters on The Simpsons, further cementing his status as a comedy legend. Phil's professional life was thriving, and he was widely respected and loved by his peers and fans. Brynn, however, faced a different reality. While she enjoyed the perks of being married to a successful comedian, she struggled to find her own identity and success in Hollywood. The entertainment industry was harsh and unforgiving, especially for someone trying to break in as an actress or model. Brynn's repeated rejections and stalled career left her feeling unfulfilled and overshadowed by Phil's success. The couple's life was a blend of public success and private struggle. They attended glamorous Hollywood events and parties, rubbing shoulders with the industry's elite. But behind closed doors, the pressures of their respective roles took a toll. Brynn's frustration with her career, combined with her battles with addiction and mental health, created a volatile atmosphere at home. Phil, ever the supportive husband, tried to maintain a sense of normalcy and stability for their children. He was devoted to Sean and Bergen, often taking them on family outings and spending quality time with them despite his busy schedule. However, the tension between him and Brynn was palpable, and their arguments became more frequent and intense. In this environment of success and struggle, Phil and Brynn's marriage continued to unravel. The pressures of Hollywood, combined with their personal issues, set the stage for a tragic and heart-wrenching outcome. Despite the glamorous facade of their Hollywood life, the cracks in Phil and Brynn Hartman's marriage were growing deeper. Phil's career continued to soar, bringing him even more recognition and success. He left Saturday Night Live in 1994 and went on to star in the hit TV show News Radio. His portrayal of the bumbling radio news anchor Bill McNeil was widely acclaimed, adding another feather to his already impressive cap. However, as Phil's star rose, Brynn's frustration and insecurities grew. She felt increasingly sidelined and unable to find her own path in the entertainment industry. This dissatisfaction led her to rely more heavily on alcohol and drugs, exacerbating her mental health issues. Brynn's substance abuse became a significant source of conflict between her and Phil. Phil, known for his kindness and patience, tried to help Brynn as much as he could. He encouraged her to seek treatment and supported her efforts to get better. Despite his best efforts, Brynn's addiction and emotional turmoil persisted, causing strain on their relationship. Their arguments became more frequent and intense, often revolving around Brynn's jealousy and feelings of inadequacy. Adding to the tension, Brynn's erratic behavior began to worry their friends and family. She became increasingly paranoid and suspicious of Phil's actions, convinced that he was planning to leave her. These fears were unfounded as Phil remained committed to their marriage and family, but Brynn's deteriorating mental state made it difficult for her to see this. In an attempt to alleviate some of the pressure, Phil and Brynn sought counseling and therapy. However, the underlying issues of addiction and mental health were complex and deeply rooted. The couple struggled to find a way to reconcile their differences and restore harmony in their relationship. Despite the turmoil at home, Phil continued to excel in his career. He found joy in his work and the love of his fans, but the stress of his personal life weighed heavily on him. Phil's colleagues noticed that he seemed increasingly tired and stressed, a stark contrast to his usually upbeat and energetic demeanor. As the pressure mounted, the Hartmans' once happy home became a battleground of emotional struggles and unspoken fears. The stage was set for a tragic turn of events that would shock Hollywood and leave a lasting impact on all who knew them. The central conflict in Phil and Brynn Hartman's marriage revolved around Brynn's deep-seated insecurities and struggles with addiction. As Phil's success in Hollywood continued to grow, Brynn's feelings of inadequacy and resentment intensified. She saw herself as a failed actress and model, living in the shadow of her husband's accomplishments. This disparity created a volatile environment at home, marked by frequent and intense arguments. Brynn's substance abuse was a major point of contention. Despite multiple attempts at rehabilitation, she found it difficult to break free from the cycle of addiction. Her dependence on alcohol and drugs exacerbated her mental health issues, leading to erratic and sometimes violent behavior. Phil, known for his patience and kindness, tried to support her through these challenges, but his efforts were often met with resistance and hostility. Phil's career demands added to the strain. His busy schedule and frequent absences for work-related commitments left Brynn feeling isolated and neglected. She grew increasingly paranoid and suspicious, convinced that Phil was planning to leave her for someone else. These fears, fueled by her unstable mental state, led to more confrontations and deepened the rift between them. The couple's friends and family witnessed the deterioration of their relationship with growing concern. They saw the toll Brynn's addiction and emotional instability were taking on both her and Phil. Despite their efforts to offer support and intervention, the underlying issues remained unresolved. One particularly troubling aspect of Brynn's behavior was her increasing jealousy and possessiveness. She began to closely monitor Phil's interactions with colleagues and friends, often accusing him of infidelity without any basis. These accusations created an atmosphere of mistrust and tension in their household, further straining their already fragile marriage. Phil's friends noticed a change in him as well. Once the life of the party, he became more withdrawn and stressed. The constant pressure of managing his career while trying to maintain a semblance of normalcy at home weighed heavily on him. Despite his attempts to shield his children from the turmoil, they too were affected by the growing instability in their parents' relationship. As the conflict escalated, the couple's arguments grew more frequent and intense. Bryn's unpredictable behavior made it difficult for Phil to find peace at home, and he began confiding in close friends about the challenges he was facing. He loved Brynn and wanted to help her, but he was increasingly at a loss for how to navigate the turbulent waters of their marriage. The mounting tension reached a breaking point in the months leading up to the tragedy. The combination of Bryn's addiction, mental health struggles, and overwhelming jealousy created a perfect storm of emotional volatility. Phil, despite his best efforts to maintain stability and support his wife, found himself caught in a web of fear, frustration, and helplessness. The stage was set for a heartbreaking and devastating climax that would forever alter their lives and leave an indelible mark on Hollywood. The tragic climax of Phil and Brynn Hartman's story occurred on the night of May 27, 1998. The day had been like many others, filled with the usual ups and downs. Phil had spent the day working on various projects, while Brynn dealt with her own personal struggles. Despite the tension that had been brewing between them, Phil remained hopeful that they could find a way to resolve their issues. That evening, the couple had dinner together and then spent some time with friends. However, as the night wore on, Bryn's behavior became increasingly erratic. She had been drinking heavily and had taken cocaine, a combination that heightened her emotional instability. Phil, aware of her state, tried to remain calm and supportive, hoping to avoid another confrontation. As the night progressed, an argument erupted between Phil and Brynn. Fueled by alcohol and drugs, Bryn's anger and paranoia reached a boiling point. She accused Phil of planning to leave her and take their children away, a fear that had haunted her for some time. Despite Phil's reassurances, Bryn's emotions spiraled out of control. In the early hours of May 28, 1998, the situation took a deadly turn. Brynn retrieved a .38 caliber handgun that she had purchased earlier in the year and entered the bedroom where Phil was sleeping. In a fit of rage and despair, she shot him 3 times, once between the eyes, once in the throat, and once in the upper chest. Phil died instantly. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, Brynn was overcome with panic and remorse. She fled the house and drove to the home of her friend Ron Douglas. In a state of hysteria, she confessed to the crime, showing him the gun she had used. Douglas, initially unsure if she was telling the truth, accompanied her back to the Hartman residence to confirm her story. Upon arriving at the house and seeing Phil's lifeless body, Douglas called 911 to report the incident. The police arrived quickly, securing the scene and taking Brynn and the children out of the house. As the authorities began to piece together what had happened, Brynn, distraught and unable to cope with the reality of her actions, locked herself in the bedroom. While the police were in the house, Brynn made a final, desperate decision. She took the same gun she had used to kill Phil and shot herself, ending her life. The tragic events of that night left their 2 children, Sean and Bergen, orphaned and in the care of family members. The news of Phil and Brynn Hartman's deaths shocked Hollywood and the world. Phil's colleagues, friends, and fans were devastated by the loss of a man who had brought so much joy and laughter to their lives. The details of the tragedy painted a grim picture of the struggles the couple had faced and the catastrophic impact of addiction and mental health issues. The climax of their story was a heartbreaking end to a marriage that had once been filled with love and promise. It underscored the importance of addressing mental health and substance abuse issues and the need for support systems to help those in crisis. Phil Hartman's legacy as a comedic genius would live on, but the tragedy of his and Bryn's deaths would serve as a somber reminder of the hidden struggles that can exist behind the public facade. In the aftermath of the tragedy on May 28, 1998, the news of Phil and Brynn Hartman's deaths sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. Friends, colleagues, and fans struggled to comprehend the sudden and violent end to the lives of a beloved comedian and his troubled wife. The media swarmed their Encino home, seeking details and attempting to piece together the events leading up to the tragic night. The couple's children, Sean and Bergen, were taken in by family members who sought to protect them from the intense media scrutiny and help them cope with the devastating loss of their parents. The children were initially placed in the care of Bryn's sister, Catherine Omdahl, and her husband, Mike Wright, who provided a stable and loving environment for the grieving siblings. Investigations into the incident revealed the extent of Bryn's struggles with addiction and mental health issues. Friends and family members recounted her ongoing battles with substance abuse and her deep-seated insecurities about her place in Hollywood and her marriage to Phil. These revelations painted a stark picture of a woman overwhelmed by inner demons, despite the outward appearance of a glamorous life. Phil's colleagues and fans honored his memory with heartfelt tributes, celebrating his remarkable contributions to comedy. His work on Saturday Night Live and The Simpsons and news radio left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. The tragic circumstances of his death only served to highlight the contrast between his professional success and the personal turmoil he faced at home. Brynn's actions were widely condemned, but there was also an outpouring of sympathy for her struggles. Many recognized that her battle with addiction and mental health issues was a significant factor in the tragic events, prompting discussions about the importance of mental health support and intervention. The police and medical examiners confirmed the details of the murder-suicide, closing the case with a clear understanding of what transpired. The findings underscored the tragic consequences of untreated mental health issues and substance abuse and the devastating impact they can have on families. As the media coverage gradually subsided, the focus shifted to the legacy Phil Hartman left behind. His colleagues, including many from Saturday Night Live, organized memorials and special tributes to honor his life and work. These events provided a space for friends, family, and fans to come together and celebrate Phil's extraordinary talent and the joy he brought to so many lives. The falling action of this heartbreaking story highlighted the need for greater awareness and resources for those struggling with mental health and addiction issues, and served as a sobering reminder of the hidden struggles that can exist behind the scenes of even the most seemingly successful lives. The resolution of Phil and Brynn Hartman's tragic story focused on the impact of their deaths on their loved ones and the legacy Phil left behind. Their children, Sean and Bergen, were the primary concern. Under the care of their maternal aunt Catherine Omdahl and her husband Mike Wright, the children began the difficult process of healing and rebuilding their lives away from the public eye. Phil's colleagues and fans ensured his memory lived on through numerous tributes and memorials. Saturday Night Live dedicated an episode to him, celebrating his iconic characters and contributions to the show. The Simpsons honored him by retiring his beloved characters, Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz, as a mark of respect. Brynn's struggles with addiction and mental health issues sparked important conversations about the need for better mental health support and intervention. Her actions, while condemned, also highlighted the profound impact untreated mental illness can have on individuals and their families. The entertainment industry reflected on the pressures that come with fame and the importance of addressing mental health openly. Phil's friends and colleagues remembered him not just for his comedic genius, but also for his kindness, professionalism, and the joy he brought to their lives. The Hartman family's tragedy underscored the importance of mental health awareness, support systems, and the need for compassion and understanding in the face of addiction and mental illness. It served as a sobering reminder of the hidden battles many face and the devastating consequences when those battles go unaddressed. Phil Hartman's legacy as a comedic talent and a beloved figure in entertainment continues to be celebrated. His work remains influential, bringing laughter to new generations of fans, while the tragic circumstances of his death emphasize the ongoing need for mental health awareness and support. The emotional depth of Phil and Brynn Hartman's story resonates on multiple levels. Phil Hartman was not just a comedian, he was a beloved figure who brought laughter and joy to millions. His characters on Saturday Night Live and The Simpsons left an indelible mark on pop culture. Fans admired his talent, his professionalism, and his ability to make people laugh effortlessly. His sudden and tragic death left a void in the world of comedy that can never be filled. Brynn Hartman's story, on the other hand, is one of profound sadness and struggle. Her battle with addiction and mental health issues speaks to the hidden pain that many individuals endure behind closed doors. Brynn's actions, while tragic and unforgivable, are a stark reminder of the devastating impact of untreated mental illness and substance abuse. Her story evokes a complex mix of emotions: anger, sympathy, and sorrow. For the Hartman children, Sean and Bergen, the emotional impact is unimaginable. Losing both parents in such a horrific manner is a trauma that will follow them throughout their lives. The strength and resilience they have shown in the face of such tragedy are truly remarkable. Their story is a testament to the enduring power of family and the importance of supportive, loving environments. The emotional engagement with Phil and Brynn's story extends beyond their personal lives to broader societal issues. It highlights the need for greater mental health awareness, better support systems, and the importance of compassion and understanding for those struggling with addiction and mental health challenges. Their story encourages us to look beyond the surface and recognize the hidden battles that individuals may face. Phil Hartman's legacy continues to bring laughter to fans around the world, but his story, intertwined with Brynn's, serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of human life and the importance of mental health and support. If you found this story impactful and want to hear more untold Hollywood tales, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching.